Hey everybody, welcome back to the Light Side Music Reactions. Today we are checking out a new band for the channel, but it's not a new band for me. This is one of the bands that inspired my band growing up. We started our band back in 1991, a Christian rock band, and our style started out as doing the traditional church-type hymns and praise choruses and stuff like that. And we kind of evolved into writing our own music, and as we started discovering some Christian rock and Christian metal and rap and all kinds of different types of Christian music that we'd never even heard of before. Our own musical style started to evolve, and we ended up being inspired by a lot of great bands and artists out there. And one of them that just about, I think every single member of our band was just absolutely in love with was the Christian metal band Bride. And it was formed in the 1980s by Dale and Troy Thompson. And they started out as a speed metal band, similar to like Metallica in their early days. And then they kind of evolved through the years. But for most of their albums in the 80s and 90s, they were pretty consistent with the metal sound. But they did their ballads as well. And then if you as the years went on, and I collected all their music on CD, and I went back and I purchased Dale's old albums. He's the lead singer. I bought copies of his old stuff that was more of a country and bluegrass sort of sound. So that was kind of a unique experience, something you wouldn't expect from a metal singer. But he did a great job on those as well. And I'll talk about those a little bit later as well. But anyway, they came out with a lot of great music. As I said, they started out in the 80s in Louisville, Kentucky. It's the two brothers, Dale and Troy Thompson. And I was always impressed by them because of the ministry that they did with their music. And it wasn't just a concert for them. Whenever they did concerts, it was a church experience, and it was just so awesome. But real quick, their discography, 1986 they released Show No Mercy, in 88 Live to Die, in 89 Silence is Madness, and these first three albums were more of the speed metal sort of stuff. And it was good, it was enjoyable, they showed a lot of talent in that, but I was never a huge fan of the speed metal style. And so I listened to it, and I enjoyed it because I had heard some of their later stuff before that and fell in love with them. So I went back and listened to the earlier stuff, and I enjoyed it as well, but not quite as much as the albums I'm getting ready to tell you about. Next was Kinetic Faith, came out in 91, and that was a great album. But then in 92, they released Snakes in the Playground, the ultimate Bride album. To this day, it is my absolute favorite Bride album. Has some awesome songs on it. A diverse style. They even had a couple country sounding songs on there that, strangely enough, really fit with the theme of the song, the rest of the album. And when we recorded our, I think it was our third CD, Contact. There was one song that we did, and there was a sound clip that I contacted Dale and got their permission to use the little snippet off of that album as a sound effect on one of our songs. It was a song that I had written, and I'll put a link in the description to that song, and you can listen to it as well. But I used the sound clip for a song that I wrote called Surprise. And so check that out in the link as well. But anyway, Snakes in the Playground, awesome CD. And then in 94, they came out with Scarecrow Messiah and Drop in 95. And that's where their musical style started to evolve just a little bit. The Jesus Experience in 97, and I remember that was controversial because of the album cover on it, and they presented Jesus in an electric chair in the imagery, and I guess people were offended by that. They thought it was controversial, or they made it controversial. But it really made sense to me, because really that's what the crucifixion was. If you would present the crucifixion in modern day terminology, you would present it as electric chair or a lethal injection sort of thing. So if you're trying to reach out to an audience that isn't the church going crowd, which is the audience that Bride was reaching out to, and you're trying to share with them the story of the resurrection and the crucifixion and all that kind of stuff, and get them to understand on a visceral level what that was, that would be a great image to show them. And of course, it was very similar to the Bride album, where they showed the electric chair also. I think it was Ride the Lightning. And so they maybe that was part of the controversy as well, is because it was emulating a secular band, their album cover. But it made sense to me, and I remember they ended up censoring that album cover, and I ended up finding a copy of the original album on CD on eBay, and I had to pay quite a bit for it, but it had the original uncensored cover on it. And when I moved a few years ago, I lost all my CD collection, and so I wish I had all my Bride CDs anymore. But anyway, I'm planning on downloading a lot of their stuff so I can listen to it again, download the MP3s. But then, anyway, then they came out with the Oddities tour in 1998, and that's when we actually got to meet Bride. We went to their release party for the Oddities CD, and it was just fantastic. And after we do the reaction, I don't want to spend too much time in the head up before we get to the song, but we got to meet them, and I'll tell you about that. 2001, they came out with Fistful of Bees, and then This Is It in 2003. And I don't specifically remember hearing the album This Is It. And then 2006, Skin for Skin, Sarbomba in '09. I remember hearing that came out, but I never did hear any of the tracks off of it. Incorruptible in 2013, Snake Eyes in 2018, Here Is Your God in 2020, and now their new album, Are You Awake, which came out last year in 2023. So there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 of Bride's latest CDs, newest CDs, that I haven't heard yet. And I am just so disappointed in myself that I love this band so much and I haven't heard their recent music. So I am getting back into it, starting today. And we are checking out the first track off of their 2023 CD, Are You Awake? And the track is called Ain't No Loser. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out Ain't No Loser off of Bride's album, Are You Awake? Ooh, that sound on that guitar, that lead right there. Hear that lead guitar? That sound they've got on their guitar. Our lead guitarist, I think it was Travis, maybe his guitar. I think he played it, or maybe it was Joel. I can't remember which one played the lead on this song, but there was one of the songs on our third CD, Contact, that has that identical sound to it. I'm going to have to look that up and find out which song that is that this reminds me of. I ain't no loser, try to walk a mile in my shoes. Won't take that away from me. Okay, I ain't no loser, baby. Try to walk a mile in my shoes. That's just about the only lyrics I can make out of this, and I'm disappointed because I always liked when I bought a Bride CD that they featured the lyrics in the liner notes, and I could read along and understand the lyrics. I went to their website when I was researching what new songs and albums they came out with, and they have the lyrics on their website for most of their albums. But the recent albums, the lyrics aren't on there. So I'm disappointed with that. I did a Google search, couldn't find any listing of the lyrics for this. So that's disappointing for me because, as I've said many times, for Christian bands, I want to be able to hear and understand the lyrics that are in it. Otherwise, it's kind of defeats the purpose as far as I'm concerned. And I know Dale and Troy feel the same way. The two main band members from Bride, because their band was always not just a band, but it was a ministry. And one of the evidences of that was that in the liner notes, they would have the lyric, the one line, and then they would have out from it a scriptural reference. And so you could go into your Bible and look it up and see where they got that concept from. And they would do that with all the lyrics going down through there, showing that the concepts that they were singing about were straight from Scripture. And then in concert, when we saw them at the Oddities release party, they sang songs off of the new CD, plus they sang songs off of their old CDs, the ones that we had already known and fallen in love with. And then Dale stopped at one point and preached a sermon for about 20 minutes. And it was just so totally awesome. You never see that from a metal band or a Christian metal band, or even the Christian, pop or contemporary artist. They'll introduce their songs and maybe talk for 2 or 3 minutes, but I have never, ever seen any other Christian artist get up and actually preach a sermon in the middle of their concert, and Dale did. And that showed me that for them, it wasn't just about the music, but it was a ministry, and they wanted to make sure that their audience knew what they were doing and why they were doing it. And so that makes it disappointing for me that here, even on the YouTube channel here, where it's got the song on here, there's no lyrics printed here. And it's got this long description of the band and their history, and the copyright and the list of the musicians and everything. But there's no lyrics on here. And as far as I can tell, nowhere on the internet that I've been able to find is a copy of the lyrics. So that's disappointing for me. Music-wise, so far it's sounding good. It's not the classic great Bride sound that I came to love. And again, I'm comparing it to Snakes in the Playground, which is the cream of the crop. You can't get any better than that. You listen to any song off of that album. In fact, any of the 3 or 4 albums that came around that time was just absolutely fantastic. And as their musical style changed and it evolved, a lot of people didn't care for that. Some of the fans accused them of selling out to change their style to go along with what the audience was wanting. Not necessarily just their classic fans, but the new listeners. And but I enjoyed their albums, after the music evolved as well. In fact, I already said I even liked their Dale's country and bluegrass sounding stuff. That was kind of unique. And he put out some really weird sounding stuff, but it was cool because it was unique. But anyway, let's get back into this. And once again, I can't really give it a complete thumbs up because I can't understand the lyrics. If I had the lyrics printed out, I think I would enjoy this quite a bit more. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse.
Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back into the second verse. Let's go ahead and get back
Guitars sound good there. Nice double harmony on there on the lead. I like that right there. Oh, there you go. That's Dale. Ooh, you got some piano in there. Hear the piano playing on the keys. All right. So I did like that. After came back in with that long instrumental solo, the rest of the song really kind of picked up there. Dale kind of let out with the vocals. You had and I like how he layers those vocals as well. He does that a lot in their music. He'll sing the low part, I ain't no loser, baby, at the same time doing a layer over it with a I ain't no loser, doubling up the vocals, and it really gives it a unique sound. And it's like doing and that's a powerful. You have to have powerful lungs and a powerful voice to pull that off. Lord knows I couldn't do that. And that's one of the things that really always impressed me about Bride is Troy was always amazing on the guitar, and Dale with his vocals is just phenomenal. Once they came back in from that solo, which was kind of mediocre, the solo was good, but it didn't stand out as some of Bride's earlier material does. It didn't to me. But after that, come back in when they just let out for that last stretch of the chorus. It seemed like they really got into it there, and it just really powerful. Again, the only problem I have with this is I can't understand the lyrics, and so that's disappointing for me. But anyway, as I was saying about them, we met them at the Oddities release party, and they're just fantastic, down to earth guys, and we've been great fans of theirs for years, decades actually, since the mid '90s, and so definitely going to have to start getting back into Bride and checking out their newer stuff that they came out with in the last several years. And above all, I just wish they would post the lyrics somewhere where we can get them. At least put them on their official website. And by the way, if you go to their official website, www.bridepub.com, that's BRIDEPUB, you can buy merchandise on there, and they've got you can buy digital copies of their old songs and some of their albums. You can't get all of them. Some of them are out of print, and you can't find them unless you happen to find a used copy on eBay or something like that. And I did that years ago, and unfortunately lost my collection. So if I were going to try that again, I don't have a CD player anymore, so I couldn't even play them. But I am going to be searching for downloadable MP3s of their music. But definitely check out their website. And Dale and Troy, if you see this video, that's my recommendation for you, is as you update your website, please put the lyrics to your newest albums on there as well, because I know that ministry is very important to you guys, and it always has been. And so I think it's an oversight that I know is unintentional, but I think it'll go a long ways to the fans to be able to understand the lyrics of your new music and be able to get into it a little bit more than I am right now, simply because I can't understand the lyrics. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Our first foray into the Christian rock or Christian metal band Bride. If you did, hit the like button and comment down below and let me know. Again, if you have any recommendations for other songs or artists that you want me to check out, give me those suggestions and I'll give you a shout out when I react to your recommendation. But then again, subscribe to the channel and check out our other playlists because we've got a lot of material on here. And I hope you enjoy it. And we'll see you next time on the Light Side Music Reactions. God bless everybody. Bye.